Deuxième session thématique donc de notre journée, le partage de données au service de territoires intelligents. Et un nouveau récit d'expérience, celui du groupe EDP, qui fait le pari de pousser le secteur des énergies renouvelables vers l'avant grâce au partage de données, vers son écosystème et en impliquant aussi les réutilisateurs pour une meilleure compréhension des enjeux de la transition énergétique et favoriser les innovations. Voilà en quelques mots le pari du groupe EDP, Energias de Portugal. J'espère que j'ai bien prononcé. C'est la plus grande entreprise du Portugal. EDP produit, distribue et fournit de l'électricité et du gaz. Merci d'accueillir chaleureusement Sofia Ganilha, Technology Analyst chez EDP. Pour une prise de parole en anglais, vous pouvez donc à nouveau utiliser vos écouteurs et bénéficier d'une traduction simultanée en français. Please, Sofia.
Thank you very much. So my name is Sofia, as you might have heard by now. I would like to thank, first of all, to Open Data Soft and to all the organization for inviting me to be here today, and also congratulate them for this amazing event that for certain will help us to move toward an open data paradigm instead of a closed one. So starting my presentation, okay, so I'm here today to present a project that we have been developing and promoting in EDP since last year with Open Data Soft, with their collaboration. The project is called EDP Open Data, and it is actually a data sharing initiative where we try to gather several data sets from EDP's operational assets and make them available to all the community with interest in the energy sector and in the energy data. So, to start, I would like to present to you, for those of you who don't know EDP, who we are. So basically, we are a Portuguese-based company that are right now in more than 16 countries, so we're not so Portuguese after all. More than half of our electricity is produced based on renewables, and we cover pretty much all the energy value chain, from generation, distribution, transportation, and also retail. Also, we are divided into several business units, and I come from a business unit called EDP Innovation, where the EDP Open Data was born. The EDP Innovation is responsible for developing and promoting value-added innovation across the EDP group. We are divided into 5 technological groups. I belong to the cleaner energy area, responsible for searching for new solutions in conventional generation and renewables assets. And we also have 2 innovation tools. So we have a corporate venture capital, and we also have a startup incubator and accelerator called EDP Starter. And basically what we do on a daily basis is try to foster and to research, develop, promote new and disruptive products, technologies, solutions, and methodologies in this sector. And talking about disruption, what motivated us to open our data, or some of our data? Well, to start, and as you might have heard by now from elsewhere, and I believe that you will continue to hear today, data is increasingly seen as the oil of the digital era. Hundreds of terabytes of data are created from power generation assets alone. And so we believe that if we can leverage this data, then perhaps we can also search for new solutions and find new innovative tools that can help us transition towards a decarbonized world, a decarbonized society. So if R&D, and basically this is the first motive that drives us to open our data. So if R&D relies upon this data for their work, then we should assume that the data should be more broadly opened. And this is why we want to create new and better knowledge. Basically, by ensuring that we have more broadly available data, then we are accelerating research projects, challenging projects, and we are also developing technology that can be more robust based on real data. The second thing that we've thought about when we open our data was collaboration, because we want people to understand that if we are opening our data, we are also open to collaboration and to collaborate with all the community, universities, startups, and so on. And finally, through that collaboration, of course, that we can identify valuable human resources and also promote stronger collaborations with the scientific community. And this is how the EDP Open Data Initiative was born. We know that we have a wide network of sensors all across the energy value chain. So as I've mentioned, from generation to retail and consumption of electricity. And of course that we know we are in a strategic position to open this data, to open knowledge, to open collaboration. So through this project that you can visualize in that website, opendata.edp.com, we intend to open data and at the same time promote collaborations, increase the transparency of what we do, and basically foster and incentivize the creation of new innovation and new knowledge. And yes, so these are the cornerstones of our platform. So first of all, of course, we want to share data with the community from all the energy value chain. And the second cornerstone that is not so straightforward is the promotion of challenges. So these challenges are actually challenges that we have nowadays in our industry, in our business, and that we want to solve. So these are actually real problems that we want people to solve based on our data sets. Right now we have 23 data sets online, and we've already promoted more than 6 challenges. So regarding data, I have here some examples of the data that we have online. So for instance, we have more data than this, but we have data from a photovoltaic system. We have 4 years of data, 32 variables from photovoltaic production, meteorological data, PV panels temperature, production, and so on. And we also have real data from a wind farm, 2 years of data, and this wind farm has 5 wind turbines available for consulting the data. Regarding the challenges, we intend to promote between 3 to 4 challenges per year in our platform. So these are actually hackathons and online challenges that we promote. So we have an algorithm running on the back of the platform that evaluates the solutions that come to us and rates them. And usually we have a prize for those challenges so that we can motivate the community not only to find the solutions, but also to share the solutions with us. In terms of the challenges, as I've mentioned, these challenges are related to the business that we develop, the real problems that we have. So for instance, we have motivated the community to find algorithms for forecasting photovoltaic power production, also applying predictive maintenance to wind farms, electric mobility, and right now we have a challenge going on related to increasing the efficiency of a thermal power plant boiler. So if you think that you have the skills to solve that challenge, and I believe that you have, you may go to our platform and try to solve it. We have a prize of 10,000 euros, I believe. Yeah. Okay, so these are some statistics, some numbers. We have reached more than 5,000 users in our platform from 55 nationalities. We already have 1.3 gigabytes of data online, but of course that the limit does not exist. We want to have more data sets and more data online. And finally, we have already awarded more than 12,000 euros in prizes for the challenges that I've just mentioned. And finally, before I leave this stage, I would like to say some words for, especially for those of you who are employees in an energy utility. And these words are especially for opening data. So why opening data? We are perfectly conscious that energy data is nowadays needed more than ever, essentially because we are transitioning towards decarbonization. Yeah. And decarbonization is actually one of the biggest challenges of all times and of our time. And so we have to decrease losses, decrease inefficiencies, increase the bet in renewables, also increase energy efficiency, research and develop technologies that are low carbon technologies or even zero carbon technologies, and all of this in a digitalized world. And however, we see that there is a huge gap between data-driven solutions and also the access to high-quality data. So we have to tackle this problem in order to open more and more data. Also, we know that probably in the majority of the industries and the energy utilities, we don't have the data skills internally to leverage our data. And so there's not a motive that why can't we find those skills, those expertise outside our company. And so what we point here is that perhaps we can use the external community, the expertise and the knowledge and skills for that external community to help us leverage our data and even find valuable human resources for our own company. And finally, increase the transparency. And why? Because nowadays, from the decarbonization problem, it is important to understand how the electricity is produced and what we can do in terms of consumption and to solve the decarbonization problem. So it's important to increase the transparency of what we do, and by doing that, perhaps we can unlock some of the innovations and disruptive projects, like for instance, renewables energies and low carbon technologies that can help us to solve the decarbonization and climate change problem. And this is all that I had to mention about this problem, this project. It's been an incredible journey with Open Data Soft. And of course that we are always open to new ideas and new innovations. So if you have the next big idea, you are very welcome to talk with me during the break. And thank you very much and enjoy the rest of the day.
Obrigada. Merci beaucoup, Sofia.
Merci.
Ganilha, on va passer à vos questions, donc vos nouvelles idées attendues, mais aussi vos questions, n'hésitez pas. Monsieur, vous êtes déjà équipé d'un micro, formidable. Vous présentez juste en quelques mots et brièvement votre question.
Please in English.
Hello. Thank you for your talk. I'm Grégoire David, freelance data scientist. And I was interested in knowing in more details how you incentivize the community to actually push your knowledge forward on the problems you talked about, because let's say that it takes time to actually get to know a data set, and so I want to know how you push people to actually work on your problems.
Okay, thank you for your question. So as I've mentioned, we have created like a two-way road to communicate and engage with the community. And this road is opening data, and in return we expect to have some solutions for the problems that we face in our business, in our industry. And those are the challenges. So we have daily challenges that we do not have time to solve, but they are quite important for us to have solutions to tackle them internally. And basically we put these challenges online, usually with a prize to motivate the community to give us some solutions, and that's mainly what we do. And usually we try to spread the word about these challenges using social media, which is of course the mean that we have to approach more people. And we also try to talk and engage much with universities and research institutes, because we know that they have the expertise necessary to solve these challenges. Usually the challenges run in like 3 to 4 months, so I believe that you have the time to get to know the data set, to treat the data set, pre-process, analyze, develop the algorithm, and then you have several chances to submit your solution for our challenges, so you can improve always more and more your submission and your solution. Thank you.
Une autre question, peut-être. Levez la main, n'hésitez pas qu'on puisse vous apporter un micro. Pas d'autres questions? Si, monsieur, juste à l'extrémité au niveau du deuxième rang. Question, si possible, en anglais, s'il vous plaît.
Hi, thanks for the presentation. Can you talk a bit more on the startup side of the, the company are doing? You mentioned there's a venture, there's accelerator. So what kind of companies do you guys look at, and what's the acceleration program looks like? Thank you.
Yes, thank you for your question. So this is a very special side of the business for us in EDP. We have already invested and incubated more or less 40, let's say, startups. We have invested more or less 30 million euros in those startups. And usually these startups are related to our business. It's something that we deal on a daily basis, and we want those startups to work with us in all of the energy value chain and all of the points of the business that we work in. So we have this startup incubator. We talk with them. We have a place for them to sit in Lisbon. But the startup incubator actually is present also in Madrid and in São Paulo, Brazil, besides of Lisbon. And basically, what we try to do is to engage with them, have people with experience in our business to talk with them, to try to make them do the next step.
Thank you very much for your questions. Merci à vous. Vous pourrez continuer évidemment de converser en compagnie de Sofia Ganilha tout à l'heure lors de notre pause déjeuner. Merci beaucoup. Sofia Ganilha, Technology Analyst chez EDP.